Good evening, Plotagonists, film lovers, and Ploscar fans around the world. Welcome to the Ploscar pre-show event, the kickoff to the biggest night in Plotagon filmmaking. I'm Mac from Mac's Animation, and I'll be your guide as we meet the brilliant creators behind tonight's nominated films. The Ploscar celebrate the best of the best stories that made us laugh, cry, and sit on the edge of our seats. And tonight, before the winners are announced, we're taking you behind the scenes to hear from the talented minds that brought these films to life. So sit back, relax and enjoy the Ploscar red carpet pre-show. We are standing outside the auditorium where the Ploscars will take place. Let's see which Plotagonists show up first. Here's the first nominee of the night, BRYAN, the creator behind The Shadow Pursuit along with many other nominated films. BRYAN, welcome to the Ploscar pre-show where I'll quickly interview the nominees.
Hey, thanks for having me.
You've got quite the lineup tonight. The Shadow Pursuit is up for Best Plotagon Film, Best Original Actor, and Best Original Actress, while That Girl on Friday Night is nominated for Best Romantic Film. Not to mention, your rehearsal vlog for Plotagon Summer Festival 2024 has earned nods for Best New Innovation and Best Multimedia Film. How does it feel to be nominated across so many categories?
I feel honored. There are so many talented Plotagonists in the community, and just being nominated alongside them means a lot.
Let's talk about The Shadow Pursuit. It's a black and white film, which is pretty rare in Plotagon. What inspired you to take that creative direction?
I've always believed that black and white films have their own unique charm. Two films really inspired me: Billy Wilder's Witness for the Prosecution and Akira Kurosawa's High and Low. They have that classic storytelling and visual style, so I wanted to bring that atmosphere to my own film.
And it took quite a while to bring it to life, right?
Yeah! I started planning The Shadow Pursuit back in 2021. Began production in 2023, and finally released it in 2024.
That's incredible dedication. What was the biggest challenge you faced while making it?
Time management, for sure. Balancing filmmaking with school assignments was tough, but I made it work.
I can definitely relate. On the other end of the spectrum, That Girl on Friday Night is a romantic comedy. What inspired you to create that?
I'm a huge fan of How I Met Your Mother, and I wanted to make my own rom-com in a similar style. It was such a fun project, and I even included a little Easter egg in the credits naming the art director Lily Aldrin as a nod to the show.
That's a great touch. Do you consider yourself more of a writer, director, or editor?
All three. I handle everything myself, from writing the plotline to storyboarding, directing, and editing. It can be stressful, but I enjoy the whole process.
In all of your films, you do a lot of external editing to push the limits of what Plotagon can do. Do you think that's essential for making an award-worthy film?
Absolutely! A strong script is the foundation, but editing plays a huge role in making the final product feel polished and professional.
Awesome. Now, if you could win any award, what would it be?
Winning a Best Special Effects award someday is a big dream of mine.
Nice. Looking ahead, you've got a pretty exciting project coming up, Plotagon Godzilla +1. What can you tell us about it?
I can't say too much yet, but it's going to be a big one. I can't wait for everyone to see it.
I know I'm excited to see it. Now, before we wrap up, let's do a quick fire round. First up, if you could have any famous actor voice a character in your film, who would it be?
Jim Carrey. He's my favorite actor, and having him in one of my films would be a dream come true.
Good answer. If you could create a new Ploscar award category, what would it be?
Best Editing Award. I think editing is a huge part of filmmaking and deserves its own recognition.
What's your go-to snack while working on a project?
Whatever I can find in the fridge.
And finally, are there any other Plotagonists you're rooting for tonight?
Celebrities in Plotagon and of course, Mac's Animation.
Thank you so much. Well, BRYAN, thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck with all your nominations, and we can't wait to see what you create next.
Thank you! I'll see you in there.
It was great to see BRYAN. And now, here we have celebrities in Plotagon. Celebrities in Plotagon, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. It's great to be here again.
Now, you've been nominated for not just one, but 2 Ploscars this year: Best Romantic Film and Best Fan Fiction Film. That's incredible. How does it feel to be nominated once again?
Oh, it's amazing. This is my third year in a row being nominated in different categories, so I must be doing something right.
Let's talk about your nominated projects. First up, Celebrities in Plotagon Couples 2024, which is up for Best Romantic Film. What inspired you to put that one together?
Well, this one wasn't really a film in the traditional sense. It was more of a way for fans to look back at all the couples that formed or stayed together in 2024. A sort of reflection on the year in romance.
That's such a creative way to capture the essence of storytelling in Plotagon. Now, the second nomination, Celebrities in Plotagon, Season 4, Episode 1. Beyoncé becomes headmistress of Plotagon High. That title alone is intriguing. Tell us about it.
Yeah, this was the kickoff to Season 4. The former headmistress, Lucy Johnson, unfortunately passed away from a sudden stroke, so the high school needed a new leader, and who better than Beyoncé? She steps in and immediately proves she's the right choice. Plus, there's a ton of other storylines happening, like Tekashi 69 looking for a job, and a few surprises with characters like Nia Long and Drake.
Sounds like you put a lot of thought into the storytelling. Did you map out the story in advance, or did the story just come to you as you went along?
I definitely planned things out. I write scripts and take a lot of inspiration from soap operas, mixing it with my own ideas to make it unique. Once I do that, I do some simple editing with iMovie. The only real challenge is making sure the stories stay fresh and engaging.
If you had to pick one standout moment from Season 4, Episode 1, what would it be?
Oh, definitely Beyoncé's speech. She's a true leader and wants the best for her school. That moment really sets the tone for her role in the series.
I love that. And looking ahead, you've been building this world for a while now. Do you have any exciting projects coming up?
Yes! Season 4 is wrapping up at the end of April, and then Season 5 will start in June right after the Plotagon Summer Festival, which I'll also be participating in.
Nice. I can't wait for the festival. And, of course, the big question: if you win a Ploscar tonight, what will it mean to you?
It would mean everything. I've been trying for years to win a Ploscar, so if it happens tonight, there will definitely be celebrations.
Well, we're all wishing you the best of luck tonight. Is there anyone you'd like to thank?
Yes! Huge thanks to Kieran the Plotagonist for making the wiki page for my series, the BRYAN for keeping up with every episode, and of course, PSF for Plotagon Summer Festival for supporting my work for 4 years now.
That's amazing. Now, outside of Plotagon, what else do you enjoy doing?
Well, I definitely enjoy acting. It's one of my favorite hobbies.
No way, me too.
That's awesome.
Well, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Enjoy the rest of the show, and best of luck with your nominations.
Thanks, Mac. I appreciate it.
What a fantastic film. Next up, we have another incredible storyteller joining us. You know them for their unforgettable work on the Dark Athenaeum, Dead End Jobs. Please welcome TheDocMonster.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome, Rob. First off, huge congratulations on your nominations for the Dark Athenaeum, Dead End Jobs. You've racked up nods for Best Original Character, Best Audio Effects, Best Special Effects, Best Original Actor, and Best Plotagon Film. That's quite the haul. How does it feel to be recognized for so many aspects of your work?
Grateful. When I saw the list of nominees, I was blown away by the talent in this festival. I'd already seen some incredible films, and then I went through every nominated project and found even more amazing storytellers. With so much creativity out there, it's easy to feel like just another face in the crowd, so being recognized like this really means a lot.
I love that. So, let's rewind a bit. What inspired Dead End Jobs in the first place?
I have this writing exercise where I randomly deal characters, creatures, locations, props, and special effects from a card game called Grave Robbers from Outer Space. It's meant to get the creative gears turning. When I started developing the story, I pulled a mortician, a hellspawn, which evolved into death, and a subway tunnel that became a train. The special effect I drew was overexposed, which inspired the transitions between scenes. It snowballed from there, and before I knew it, Dead End Jobs was a reality.
That's such a unique and fun way to generate ideas. Given that you were in the middle of moving, I imagine production wasn't exactly smooth sailing. What was the biggest challenge you faced?
Oh, without a doubt, voice recording. The temporary apartment we stayed in seemed designed for maximum reverb. I tried recording in different rooms, closets, cabinets, nothing worked. At one point, I even draped a towel over my head and the mic like some kind of dollar store sound booth. That didn't work either. Finally, I got a collapsible fabric box, lined it with acoustic foam, and jammed my mic and my head inside. It looked like a mailbox. It was ridiculous, and it sure wasn't perfect, but sometimes you gotta do the best with what you've got.
Now I'm picturing you stuck in a box, narrating dramatic Plotagon scenes. That's dedication. Looking back, what part of Dead End Jobs are you most proud of?
There are two scenes that really stand out to me. The first is the conversation between Death and Simon. The second is when the mortician sits with Simon's daughter for the second time. Those were moments where the characters completely took over. I know it sounds strange, but it felt like they were telling me what they wanted to say. I watched those scenes recently and still couldn't believe I wrote them. Honestly, I think they deserve writing credits.
That's when you know you've created something special, when the characters start writing the story for you. Speaking of storytelling, what's your creative process like? Do you start with a script, storyboard, or just dive right in?
Once I have my core elements, I write a rough draft to map out the beginning, middle, and end, sometimes with multiple options. As I write dialogue, I start trying out different voices to see what fits. Then I let the script sit for a day before coming back to it with fresh eyes for rewrites. Meanwhile, I design characters and scout locations in Plotagon. Seeing the characters helps solidify their voices, and by the time I start filming, I've usually gone through at least 3 or 4 drafts.
That's a solid approach, especially letting the script sit before revising. So, from start to finish, how long did it take to bring Dead End Jobs to life?
About 3 weeks. 3 weeks sprinkled with packing boxes, moving furniture, and desperately searching for my recording equipment and storage.
That's impressive, considering all the chaos you were dealing with. You've been using Plotagon for over a decade. What keeps you coming back to it?
Plotagon lets me focus on storytelling without spending too much time on animation. Don't get me wrong, I love animation, and I plan to create more 2D and stop-motion projects in the future, but right now, I'm really enjoying what I can do with Plotagon.
I've done stop motion and it's really fun but very time consuming. Anyways, you've clearly pushed Plotagon to its limits. Did you use any external tools or effects to enhance Dead End Jobs?
Yeah, I created the smoke effect for Death's teleportation and the angel demon teleporting effects in Adobe After Effects. All the transitions, ghost effects, and overall editing were done in Adobe Premiere Pro. I recorded all the voice work myself, though I wish we'd had enough time and the facility to record my wife's voice for a few characters.
Speaking of your wife, you've mentioned how supportive she was during this whole process. If you had to dedicate this film to someone, would it be her?
Absolutely! Moving was stressful and we both felt it, but when the call for submissions came, she understood how important this was to me. We were sharing the burden of relocating, yet when we had free time, she gave me the space to work on Dead End Jobs. She always checked in on my progress and even gave me some great suggestions along the way. I just wish our crazy schedule allowed for us to record voices together, because that's always the best part.
That's amazing. What do you hope audiences take away from your film?
First and foremost, I just want to entertain people. If I can make someone forget the real world for a little while, then I've done my job. And if they walk away thinking about the story's message, that's a bonus.
Let's talk future projects. What's next for the Dark Athenaeum?
I've got an installment I wrote in 2020 that I'm currently rotoscoping. Practically the entire thing needs it, so it's taking a while. Another installment has a locked script and just needs some voice recording before I start animating in Plotagon. And there's a third that still needs another draft.
Sounds like the Dark Athenaeum isn't slowing down anytime soon. If you win a Ploscar, what will that moment mean to you?
I know it's cliche to say it's an honor just to be nominated, but it's true. Being recognized among so many talented creators already feels like a win.
Well, whether or not you take home a trophy, you've clearly left an impact. Last question: if you could add a new category to the Ploscars, what would it be?
Best editing. Editing is such a crucial part of storytelling, and I think it deserves its own recognition.
I interviewed the BRYAN earlier and he said that too. Well, Rob, it's been awesome hearing about your journey. Congratulations again, and best of luck at the Ploscars.
Thanks, Mac. No matter what happens, I'm just happy to be here.
It was awesome talking to the TheDocMonster. Now, it looks like the famous Sawyer Ique has arrived. Sawyer Ique, welcome to the pre-show. You're back at the Ploscars with multiple nominations this year. How does it feel?
It feels amazing.
I'm incredibly honored and grateful to be nominated again. It's always exciting to see my work recognized.
And this isn't your first time being nominated, right?
Nope. I've been lucky enough to have some of my films nominated before, but this year feels extra special with so many projects getting recognition.
Speaking of which, you have quite the lineup. Can you give us a quick rundown of your nominated films and what categories they're in?
Of course. Inside Out, Delusional is nominated for Best Film for Children. Clowny the Clown's VR Adventure Teaser and the Plotagon 3D Spectacle are up for Best New Innovation. The Plotagon Christmas Fireplace is also in Best New Innovation. Alien Invasion is nominated for Best Comedic Film. And Oh, I'm a Clowny Clown is in the running for Best Music Video.
That's a diverse mix of genres and styles. What was your inspiration behind these films?
Inside Out, Delusional was inspired by a scene from Inside Out 2, which is one of my favorite movies from 2024. I loved the dynamic between the characters, and I wanted to recreate that moment in Plotagon.
It was a great movie and I loved your recreation. What about the others?
For Clowny VR Teaser, I had been watching a lot of VR videos on my headset, and I thought why not try making a fully VR-compatible Plotagon video? The Plotagon 3D Spectacle was a similar idea. I've always been fascinated by 3D movie trailers, so I wanted to push Plotagon into that territory and create something immersive.
Wow, that's amazing.
Oh, I'm a Clowny Clown is a parody inspired by the Gummy Bear song, and my character Clowny the Clown just fit perfectly. The Plotagon Christmas Fireplace came from watching those cozy fireplace videos on YouTube. With Christmas right around the corner, I knew I had to make one for Plotagon. An Alien Invasion? It started as an idea for a Halloween challenge in 2024. I thought, what if an alien stole Halloween candy?
It's impressive how you take inspiration from different sources, movies, internet trends, even seasonal themes. Was there a specific project that challenged you the most?
Definitely the Plotagon 3D Spectacle. I originally started it in February 2024, but I ran into technical issues with the 3D conversion. I shelved it for months until inspiration struck again in October, and I finally figured out a way to make it work. For Inside Out, Delusional, the challenge was making sure the characters and scenes felt as faithful as possible to the original movie. And with Oh I'm a Clowny Clown, syncing Clowny's voice to the rhythm of the song was tricky, especially since I was using KineMaster for the first time.
And out of all these amazing films, is there a particular moment or scene that you're most proud of?
For Inside Out, Delusional, I'm proud of how well it captures the energy of the original scene. In Alien Invasion, I had a lot of fun animating the floating UFO and refining the sound design to make it feel more immersive.
You've been creating with Plotagon since 2017, which is quite a long time. Why do you keep coming back to it over the years?
Plotagon is just a really fun and accessible platform. It allows me to bring my ideas to life without needing a big production team. Plus, the community is amazing, and I love contributing to it with innovative and entertaining plots.
Speaking of innovation, you've been pushing Plotagon's boundaries with VR and 3D projects. What advice would you give to other Plotagonists who want to create award-worthy films?
Never give up on making your plots. Every project helps you improve, whether it's in writing, editing, or directing. And don't be afraid to experiment. Sometimes the most creative ideas come from trying something completely new.
So true. And, outside of Plotagon, what else do you enjoy doing?
I make animations and artwork using Flipperclip, and I also enjoy watching movies and reading books.
Sounds like a great balance of creativity and relaxation. If you could have any famous actor voice a character in one of your films, who would it be?
Will Ferrell. He's voiced so many iconic characters, like Megamind and Maxime from Despicable Me 4. I think he'd bring a hilarious energy to my characters.
That would be legendary. And if you win a Ploscar tonight, what will it mean to you as a creator?
It would mean the world to me. It's always an honor to have my work recognized, and winning would be an incredible moment.
As we wrap up here, are there any upcoming projects you're excited to share?
Yes! I'm working on a Clowny the Clown movie, a Clowny the Superhero Clown movie, and an interesting invention movie.
That's a lot to look forward to. And last question, if you could add a new award category to the Ploscars, what would it be?
Best Fantasy Film. I think it would be a great way to showcase imaginative storytelling.
I love that idea. Well, thanks for chatting with me, Sawyer, and best of luck at the Ploscars.
Thanks.
Mac. Good luck. This year, the stars shine brighter than ever. From heartfelt stories to jaw-dropping visuals, the 2025 Ploscar Awards celebrate the best of Plotagon creations. Get ready for a night of creativity, community, and celebration. Streaming live on Sunday, March 2nd, 2025. Don't miss the magic. Breaking news. Famous colonel working for the United States Army, Martin Peterson, has just officially retired after being in service for 21 years. He has been a great leader to his squad members, Officer Alex, Captain Anji, and Sergeant Sam, and training them to be as skillful as him. Martin, if you're watching this, I wish you luck in your life as well.
Oh my god honey, I've missed you for the past couple months since I was home for Christmas.
You're back.
Hey! Watch the road.
What is happening?
We're all doomed.
Martin, if you're seeing this video, please report to the lake immediately.
Everybody, I will be back soon.
The enemy forces have gone too far.
Can't believe I'm saying this, but we need you.
I have decided I am returning there to save the world.
Good luck, honey. Next stop, Washington, D.C.
Launching Operation Red Dawn.
I'm going to snipe them. Run. We got the big guns now, we're on the battlefield.
We got the big guns now, we on the battlefield.
Let them go.
So just follow the leader.
Wow, we've already spoken to some amazing filmmakers, but we're just getting started. This year's Ploscar nominees have truly raised the bar, with stories that push creative boundaries in ways we've never seen before. Personally, I have loved hearing everyone's different ways of coming up with their stories and where they each get their inspiration. Let's keep the excitement going with our next nominee, animated mystery theater, whose film Just in Case, The Case of the Kid Kidnapper was nominated for Best Original Actor and Best Plotagon Film. How does it feel to have your work recognized at the Ploscars?
It's such an honor to be nominated alongside some of the greats in our Plotagon community. I really wasn't expecting it, so when I heard that my film was up for Best Actor and Best Film, I was completely overwhelmed with excitement.
Awesome. What inspired you to create this film?
It all started with my grandson. We both taught ourselves how to use Plotagon Studios, and from there, it was just magic coming up with script ideas. I've always loved old-time private detective movies, so that's the direction I leaned toward when creating Just in Case. However, it was challenging to deal with the limitations of motion effects, especially for fight scenes or moments where characters needed to carry things like weapons. I had to get creative with editing and storytelling to make it all work.
I'm sure many of us protagonists can relate, but we all work through it. Now, let's talk about the creative process. Did you write a full script beforehand, or did you create the story as you went?
I actually write my storylines as I go. Everything is in my imagination, I just let the creative juices flow while typing in Plotagon Studio. Since this was my first time creating a full-length animation, it took a bit longer than 2 days to finalize everything.
That's still a really fast turnaround for such a detailed project. Now, in the future, do you plan on bringing these characters to life again?
Yes! I'm working on a full-length just-in-case film called Suspicious Minds, which is coming out this spring. It will feature all original music, a theme song, and lip-sync characters, plus another exciting adventure that will use every tool in Plotagon Studio.
I love that you create your own music. That's definitely something I've enjoyed doing in the past. If you win a Ploscar tonight, what would it mean to you as a creator?
Winning a Ploscar would be a huge honor. It would show me that my work is being appreciated and that others enjoy what I'm creating.
We're wishing you the best of luck. Now, let's have some fun with a few rapid-fire questions. Ready?
Yes!
Describe your film in just 3 words.
Action-packed drama.
If you could have any celebrity voice one of your characters, who would it be?
Ryan Reynolds, for his sarcastic and funny personality.
Great choice. What's your go-to snack while working on a Plotagon project?
Cheese and crackers.
Nice. If you could add a brand new award category to the Ploscars, what would it be?
Best Original Music.
That would be a fantastic addition. Final question, do you plan on participating in any other Plotagon events this year?
Yes! I'm planning on entering the Plotagon Film Festival and the Plotagon Summer Festival.
That's awesome. Animated Mystery Theater, thank you so much for joining me today. Your work on Just in Case, the case of the kid kidnapper is fantastic, and we're all excited to see what you create next. Best of luck at the Ploscars.
Thank you so much. And good luck to all the nominees.
Amazing. Up next we have Phoenix Studios, the WWE and Wild Manus fan.
Thanks for having me.
You're nominated for 2025 by the numbers in Best Music Video in the Plotagon Crossover Movie and Best Multimedia Film. That's huge. What was your reaction when you found out?
I was honestly so surprised to be nominated twice. I can't wait to see if I win or if someone else does.
And this is your first time being nominated, right?
Yep, first time. And it feels great to be recognized by other protagonists in this way.
Let's talk about the Plotagon Crossover Movie. What makes this film special compared to your past projects?
This one was different because I really put in the effort to bring the two acts together. I wanted to make something that felt big and exciting, and I think I did pretty well with that. And the songs I picked for both acts really added to it.
Now, on the flip side, what was the biggest challenge you faced while making these projects?
Honestly, procrastination and editing, but in the end, I got through it and finished both projects. And while making Act 2, my dad was dealing with some serious health issues, and I had a lot going on with my grandparents. It was a challenge, but I pushed through, and my dad got the treatment he needed.
That's incredible. I think a lot of creators can relate to pushing through tough times to complete their projects. Now, switching gears to 2025, by the numbers, what inspired that music video?
I wanted to make something special to celebrate the new year, so I used Suno AI to generate the music, and chose the best lyrics with ChatGPT. It was a fun experiment.
That's awesome. And you're not stopping anytime soon. You've got some exciting upcoming projects, right?
Oh yeah, I've got a lot of Plotagon movies and short films coming this year. Plus, for WWE fans, I'm working on a live-action film called The Road to WrestleMania. Well, actually, it's called the Judgment Day movie. It's set to premiere on my YouTube channel March 27th, so go check it out while you still can. The live premiere might be coming soon later in this week on my YouTube channel, so feel free to check it out because it's pretty interesting.
Very cool. Before we wrap up, if you win a Ploscar tonight, what will it mean to you as a creator?
It would mean so much. It would show that all my work and creativity have paid off. That kind of recognition would be amazing.
Well, we're all excited to see what happens tonight. Phoenix Studios, thank you so much for being here, and best of luck.
Thank you.
And now, let's check in with our next nominee.
Some bot is destroying the city. But who's going to stop him?
Another robot? Wait! Were you the one who did all of this? Tell me everything. Spill all the beans. You'd better not have one in there. Eliminate annoying robot in 1, 2, and 3. In a world where creativity knows no bounds. Introducing Plotagon Studio, the revolutionary app that brings your stories to life like never before.
Wow! With Plotagon Studio I can create animated videos right from my phone.
From captivating storytelling to engaging presentations. Wow! How did you do that?
It's all thanks to Plotagon Studio.
Plotagon Studio empowers you to unleash your creativity anytime, anywhere. Download the new Plotagon Studio app now.
Available on iOS only. Restrictions may apply. In-app purchases. The opinions expressed in this video are the author's own and do not necessarily reflect the views of Plotagon.
Oh my gosh! I cannot believe it is my first day of big school today.
Oh sweetie, I am glad.
Have a good day, sweetie. Oh boy, I hope Kieran gets along well with the other kids.
Don't fight me. Ha 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 ha. You are so weak. You got to tell the school about all of the bullying. You can't keep on doing this. Right, that's it. I don't think you will be safe at our school anymore. What do you mean by I don't think you will be safe at our school anymore? I think it is time for Kieran to go start a new chapter in another school. Goodbye, friend. Don't get upset. We will still be friends. You must be Kieran familiar. My name is Professor Dale Husband, and I will be your main teacher for science. JDL, this is Kieran. Kieran, this is JDL. Hi Kieran. Hello Kieran. The famous Kieran. JDL was talking about you from last week. My name is Dr. Einstein, and I am going to be your new principal. We need to change some things here. You may have heard about the homework situation. I will not change that rule.
What happened to Shadow?
He overworked himself. What happened? There will be no more unhealthy snack. If I catch any cakes or sweets in your lunch, it will be confiscated. The principal acts suspicious, and we won't allow that, guys. This is a bad idea. Playtime is over, children, as the big man is now in charge.
We are now backstage where the remainder of our interviews will take place. We've had incredible come-in for interviews and we've got even more to come. Now, let's welcome, the one, the only, Dale Husband.
Hello! Hello!
First off, congratulations on your Ploscar nominations. How does it feel to have your work recognized?
It is a great honor to see my works recognized. I hope more people can see the nominees and learn something from one or both of my films.
You've been creating with Plotagon for almost 4 years now. What keeps you coming back to the platform?
I've been using Plotagon for years, and I'm used to it. It allows me to tell the stories I want to tell, even with its limitations.
Speaking of limitations, what was the biggest challenge you faced while making these films?
For McCollum's rule is threatened. I had to make everything feel realistic while working around Plotagon's restrictions. For the 7 levels of consciousness, it was about imagining character models that could represent the different levels I was explaining.
That's interesting because the 7 levels of consciousness is very different from McCollum's rule is threatened. What inspired you to create them?
For McCollum's rule is threatened, I imagined a cave dweller version of Starscream. For the 7 levels of consciousness, I wanted to explain a lot of human political behavior.
If you had to describe McCollum's rule as threatened in just 3 words, what would they be?
Loyalty is everything.
That fits perfectly with the story. Was there a specific scene in either film that you're especially proud of?
In McCollum's rule is threatened, I loved the moment when Clarissa chose to keep the tribe united by opposing her own mate and son. It really showed her intelligence and commitment to the greater good.
You seem to have a deep connection to your characters, which is crucial for good storytelling. And, when it comes to storytelling, are you more of a writer, director, or editor?
Writer first, then director. Editing is the last step and the hardest. Creating events and characters as a writer is just so much fun to me.
Let's talk about the 7 levels of consciousness. What makes this film special to you compared to your previous projects?
It's philosophy made to explain a lot of events and incidents that have happened throughout history and are still serious issues today.
What advice would you give to other Plotagonists who want to create award-worthy films?
Make your stories mean something more than just making people laugh. Make them think too.
That's great advice. Looking ahead, do you have any upcoming projects you're excited to share?
I'm working on the 4th season of Debbie and Carrie, The Next Generation. It will start being released in March.
That sounds exciting. If you win a Ploscar tonight, what will it mean to you as a creator?
That my efforts mean something, and I will strive to do more to be a good example to other protagonists.
If you could go back and change or improve one thing about Macalam's rule as threatened, what would it be?
I would probably have Macalam appoint Clarissa as the next chieftain as a reward for her loyalty and to gain the loyalty of her son, Sam.
Outside of filmmaking, what do you enjoy doing?
Video gaming, blogging, and watching YouTube videos by others.
And since we're talking about watching things, what's your go-to snack while working on a Plotagon project or watching a movie?
Popcorn and cookies.
Solid choices. Are there any Plotagonists you're rooting for at the awards?
Sawyer Ique, celebrities in Plotagon, and Plotagon. Good luck to you all.
All of them are amazing creators. What's your favorite Ploscar category, and which one would you love to win one day?
Best informational or instructional Plotagon film.
Do you plan on participating in any other Plotagon events?
I have already been invited to take part in the 2025 Plotagon Summer Festival.
Me too, along with many other Plotagonists I previously interviewed. It'll be a great time. Before we wrap up, what do you hope audiences take away from your films?
For Macalam's rule is threatened, I hope they see that peace and unity are more important than personal ambition. For the 7 levels of consciousness, I want people to understand that when you know better, you can be better.
That's a wonderful message. Thanks for joining me, Dale, and good luck at the Ploscars.
Thanks, Mac. I appreciate it.
It was great talking to Dale Husband, the Honorable Skeptic. Up next, we have Rachet Davebox. Welcome, Rachet Davebox. Congratulations on your Ploscar nominations. How does it feel to be recognized for your work?
It feels great, like really good. When I found out, I was actually cheering.
As you should be. You've been nominated for multiple categories, including Best Horror Suspense Film, Best Trailer, Best Music Video, and more. What inspired you to create these films?
For the microwave, I was inspired by the idea of a microwave acting on its own. For the Alan Smith movie trailer, I wanted to make a movie about my character Alan Smith, so I started with the trailer. The full movie is actually coming out on March 22nd. For I Am a Businessman, I thought it would be cool to make a music video featuring Alan Smith. For Snowden Holmes, I wanted to create a parody of Sherlock Holmes, but with Batman-like characteristics.
That's a unique mix of inspirations. What was your creative process like? Did you write a script or storyboard beforehand?
Nope, I did it all in my head. I just went with what felt right in the moment. And they each took less than a day.
That's fast. Were there any challenges you faced while making these films?
Not really, but if I could go back and change one thing, I'd improve the special effects.
That's fair, and I'm sure many filmmakers have the same regret with their own films. Now, you've been using Plotagon for almost 3 years now. What keeps you coming back to it?
Plotagon is simple. It's easy to use, and compared to other animation software like BRYAN and GoAnimate, it's more affordable. Plus, I don't want to do live action because I am shy, so Plotagon was the best choice for me.
That makes sense. What advice would you give to other Plotagonists who want to create award-worthy films?
Put more effort into your own work.
Straight to the point. And who is your favorite Plotagon character, your own or someone else's?
Alan Smith, for sure.
I figured. If you could add a new category to the Ploscars, what would it be?
Best crime/mystery film.
That would be an amazing addition. Which Ploscar category is your favorite, and which one would you love to win one day?
My favorite category is Best New Innovation, but I would love to win Best Comedic Film someday.
That's a solid goal. Now, you've got a lot of exciting projects already, but do you have anything else in the works?
Yes! I'm working on the Alan Smith movie, Samir's Adventure, Batman and Superman, the Roblox movie, Rachet and the Chocolate Factory, Portals, Agent 019, Jailbreak, The Dial of Time, and Saving the Bank.
Wow, that's a packed schedule. Is there a specific one coming soon?
Samir's Adventure is next.
I can't wait to see it. And just for fun, what's your go-to snack while working on a Plotagon project or watching a movie?
Pizza.
A classic choice. Are there any Plotagonists you'd like to collaborate with?
Yes, if I could collaborate with any creator, it would be either Sawyer Ique or Kieran Fleming.
That would be a great collaboration. Well, Rachet Davebox, thank you for joining me, and best of luck at the Ploscars.
Thank you!
And now, we welcome you the Ploscar Preshow, the Cool Ninja Kid.
Welcome, and congratulations on your nominations.
Thanks, Mac. It feels great to be here.
Let's start off simple. How does it feel to be nominated for a Ploscar?
It feels very rewarding, and it makes me really proud of myself. I was super excited, especially since I was nominated more than once.
That's awesome. You've got 2 projects in the running: Green Eggs and Ham for Best Film for Children and Annoying Orange, Robot Power for Best Music Video. What inspired you to create these?
Green Eggs and Ham was actually a remake. I originally made it on my old computer back in 2021 or 2022, but never got to upload it. In 2023, I was bringing back some of my older videos, and since the song didn't make it, I decided to remake it.
And what about your other film, Robot Power?
For Robot Power, I was brainstorming ideas for the Plotagon IE challenge when I remembered the Annoying Orange episode, Robot Power. I got right to work creating the characters, syncing the original audio on CapCut, and putting it all together. When I uploaded it, I was blown away by how much it took off. The response was incredible, and it kept gaining traction throughout 2024. That's when I thought this could actually be Ploscar worthy.
And here we are. Looking back at the process, what was the biggest challenge you faced?
The main challenge with remaking something is constantly going back to the original for reference. It's a lot of work to make sure it stays true to the source, while also adding my own touch.
I get that. When I recreated my Wicked trailer, was constantly looking back at the original to make sure it was just right. Were there any unexpected challenges, especially with Robot Power?
Yeah, one weird thing happened. Most of the robot's body was invisible. Only the head was visible in most scenes, and I never figured out why.
That sounds frustrating. But despite that, both films turned out great. Is there a specific moment in either that you're especially proud of?
In Green Eggs and Ham, I thought the part where I slapped Sam I was really funny. That one stood out to me.
That's a classic moment. If you had to describe your films in just 3 words, what would they be?
Creative. Fun. Nostalgic.
Great choices. Now, you've been creating with Plotagon for a while. What made you choose this platform?
It's the animation software I have the most experience with. It's super easy to use, but if you want to enhance your videos, you've got to put in some editing work. It takes effort, but it's totally worth it. Like for Robot Power, I used the original audio and synced it with the Plotagon animation. I had to slow down and trim certain parts to make it match perfectly.
It definitely paid off. What advice would you give to other Plotagonists who want to create award-worthy films?
Learn how to edit efficiently. Good editing can take your Plotagon projects to the next level.
That's solid advice. Now, looking ahead, do you have any upcoming projects you're excited about?
Yeah, last weekend, I had a bunch of new movie ideas pop into my head. I'm planning to share them with everyone in the movie and show director gathering chat on Instagram.
That's exciting. And if you win a Ploscar tonight, what will it mean to you as a creator?
It would be a huge milestone. I'd definitely update my description to reflect my wins.
Of course. Well, best of luck to you. Before we wrap up, let's throw in a few fun questions. What's your go-to snack when working on a Plotagon project?
Popcorn, hands down.
Classic and delicious choice. If you could add a brand new award category to the Ploscars, what would it be?
Best adaptation film.
That's an awesome idea. Do you plan on participating in any other Plotagon events?
I'm definitely joining the Plotagon Summer Festival. I haven't decided on the film festival yet, but I might do the countdown to 2026.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Well, it's been great talking to you, and congratulations again on your nominations. I can't wait to see what you create next.
Thanks.
What an incredible lineup of talent we've had here tonight. But the real excitement is just moments away. The Ploscars are about to begin, and soon, we'll find out who takes home the coveted awards. Thank you all for joining us on this unforgettable journey. Keep watching as we celebrate the best in Plotagon filmmaking. The Ploscars start right now.